श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। नमः श्री शङ्करानन्दगुरुपादाम्बुजन्मने नमः श्री शङ्करानन्दगुरुपादाम्बुजन्मने सविलासमहामोहग्राहग्रासैककर्मणे सविलासमहामोहग्राहग्रासैककर्मणे। Then the teacher is winding up here. Swami Vidyaranya says, thinks this is enough of an explanation. Yadyad Rupadi, 23rd verse, Yadyad Rupadi kalpyeta buddhya tat tat prakashayan tasya tasya bhavet sakshi swatah vag buddhi agocharaha. So swatah means from its own standpoint. What is it? Vag agocharaha, buddhi agocharaha, vag buddhi agocharaha. Agocharaha means not caught, not grasped by vak, speech, buddhi, mind, buddhi, etc. So swatah means from its own standpoint. It doesn't have a name, it doesn't have a form, it cannot be an object. And most importantly, it need not be an object. Why? Because it is the self-evident you. It need not be objectified. It cannot be objectified. That's an important point. And it need not be objectified. That is another important, very important point. Because if I want to know it as an object and I am frustrated that I cannot know this Brahman as an object, then don't worry. Why? Because it is you. And you are what? Self-evident or an object? Self-evident. You are self-evident, and if you are self-evident, then you don't need to objectify yourself. You know who you are, at least you know you exist. Even though you don't know who you are, you know you exist. And if you know you exist, then the nature of that existence has to be studied about, but you don't have to objectify yourself to find out that you exist. Very simple. And so therefore, what is this Sakshi? This Sakshi, first of all, has no location. So many things about this Sakshi have so far been talked about. One is it's neither inside nor outside. It has no location. In fact, we can't even say it is everywhere because we get into a trouble we saw yesterday. So when we say it is nowhere, then we get into another trouble because we think it is non-existent. So it is existent, but then it is the author of space, author of time. So therefore it has no location. And so it is not in space. In fact, space is in Sakshi, time is in Sakshi. And so therefore, wherever it is, so there is the general presence, the existence of the Sakshi, but here it is not called Sakshi. That Sakshi talk also has to be dropped. Then when is it called Sakshi? It is called as witness when there is something at the other end to witness. So there is in this he already explained at length in the 8th chapter. So what happens is that there is a wall. He uses a brick wall metaphor, and on top of this wall there is a mirror. So there is a sun shining, and then in that sunshine you play with a mirror, and a little orb is there on the wall dancing. And then seeing the dancing orb, you get completely mesmerized by the dancing orb, and you forget one light which is there. What is that light? Sun. The sun is shining on the wall, and then what? The sun is making this mirror shine and dance. Because of the sunlight on the wall, you can even see the wall. Because of the sunlight on the mirror, you can even see this dancing orb. And then, so this is this is what is not understood. The invisible light of consciousness, which is not an object, which is you, is not seen as ever present, and we can't even call it illuminer. We have exhausted all the words now. Illuminer means it's doing a function. Revealer also we cannot say. Its nature is to reveal, its nature is to illumine, and this Sakshi, it's called Sakshi only in relation to what it illumines. Because I don't see the illuminer, I only see what? The illumined. Just like I miss the sunshine on the wall, what do I see? The little thing that is there, the dancing orb. I see movement, I see things that can be objectified. And so therefore, the Shastra is helpless. It has to catch you where you are. And where are you? You are catching the objects. So therefore, it is also catching the objects and saying, in relation to the objects, identify as the witness. Then what does this person do? Catches hold of the witness, is unable to let go of the witness. This is what it is. So now the nature of the witness has been talked about here, that it is not really witness. Tasya tasya bhavet sakshi. It is a witness only in relation to what it is revealing. And you have a truck with what it is revealing. You are mesmerized by what it is revealing. So we say, don't get mesmerized by what it is revealing. Catch hold of the revealer. Swataha, from its own standpoint, vag buddhi agocharaha. It is beyond the mind, it is beyond the senses, it is beyond the buddhi. Beyond means it is not an object of these three things. So then the student here has a question. Okay. So the gurus also have prarabdha. Okay. So, because of the Guru's prarabdha, this kind of a question comes. Yeah, not the fault of the student at all. Okay, like even at the end of the Kena Upanishad, the whole Upanishad has been taught, and what does the fellow say? Upanishadam bho bruhi, O sire, revered sir, please teach me the Upanishad. So this is somewhat, so that you are duly forewarned, this is this kind of a question. So then, because the last words were what? Vag buddhi agocharaha. It's beyond the mind, it's beyond words, etc. So then the student has a question in the first line. Let us chant. Katham tadring maya grahyah iti chetmaiva grihyatam sarvagrahopasamshantau swayamevavashishyate. So, the student asks a question, and the student has dozed off, beech mein, okay, in the middle. Yeah, and has not understood the full purport. Yeah, even if someone says, I have not dozed off, I am awake, but there are raga dveshas. This is the inhibition. See, these kinds of verses show us, at the very end, show us that even after listening, these kinds of pratibandhas, obstacles to the learning remain. And what to do? He will in himself give in the next line. He will give the upaya. The remedy will be given in the next line itself. So first let us understand what is the student's difficulty here. So the student either dozed off or was MIA, missing in action, during the rest of the verses, and then only heard Vag Swataha Vag Buddhi Agocharaha. From its own standpoint, it is not, it is what? Vag Agocharaha, not subject to, what is that? Not subject to being objectified by speech or buddhi, intellect. That's all the person heard. All right. And then then what happens? Then the student has a very, what he or she thinks is a very important question. Katham tadrig maya grahyam. You are saying it's beyond the mind, it's beyond the words. How am I to grasp it? How am I to understand? How to experience Brahman? You are Brahman, you are experiencing Brahman even as you are asking me questions. Yeah, I know that, but how to really experience it specially as a separate thing? This is what I want. So, and what should the teacher have done here? Gone like that. Teacher doesn't go like that. In fact, from these teachers only we learn how to teach. Yeah, because the teachers know that it's not the student's fault that these questions keep remaining at the second last verse of the text. These questions remain because the knowledge is obfuscated. The ahankara, ahamvritti, is playing the role of a goalkeeper. What does the goalkeeper do? Make sure that the ball doesn't come in the court. So, offensive, defensive stands there. And so, what is the ball? Shastra. Shastra is the ball, and the ahankara, what does it do? No way you are getting past me. Over my dead body. I am going to defend everything. Why? Why are you making such a big deal? Why are you defending the Tattvamasi ball from reaching the Antahkarana? Why are you goalkeeping like this? Because I want to go goal, goal. Goal, goal means round, round and round. Because I am afraid of not mattering anymore. Before, at least, I was a little bit of a smatter, I mattered at least a little bit. I had a few things I called my own, I had possessions, I had all these things I called my own. Now what? I don't matter at all. After this Shastra comes and says, you are the truth of the Sakshi, you are everything, who will look at me? Nobody. Nobody. So sad. I'm not going to let this happen. Why? Because I matter. I need respect. I need importance. I need attention. I need to be noticed. I need to be loud. I need to make sure that I just, burden Mother Earth with my footsteps, so that each time I tread, Mother Earth goes, ah. I want to be noticed. I want to make a splash. I want to be important. And therefore I will show I have worked hard for all this. I have burnt the, candle on both ends and gained some importance, gained some name, gained some fame. I have pride in my achievements. What are your achievements? I can easily intimidate everybody. That is my best achievement. I have pride in my achievement. As soon as I walk into the room, everybody just cowers. I have pride in my achievements, and even other achievements I am the CEO, I am this, I am that, I have achieved this, I have achieved that. And I have really worked hard to get all these things, and you, Shastra, Shruti, are not going to take it away from me. I'm not going to be decimated. I'm not going to be, you don't have to be decimated. You can be a servant of this knowledge. No, I don't want to be a servant. I'm the master. No, only by being the servant you will be the master. No. How to trust you? I don't trust you. Who are you? So, therefore what? Therefore, I'm going to reign supreme. And then what? If the Shastra comes saying you are supreme, I'm going to bat it off. Bat it off. Guard my territory. And what is your territory? A bunch of finite things, building upon some more finite things. An infinite number of finitude I have. And therefore what? I'm a infinite seeker. Not the seeker of the infinite. I'm an infinite seeker. And because I'm an infinite seeker, that means what? I'll keep on seeking, keep on seeking, keep on shoring up all these things. I'm an engineer, I'm a doctor, I'm this, I'm that, and all these things. Titles, degrees, pedigrees, all these things. It's not enough that I have a pedigree. I have to put the dog also in the dog show. Yeah, dog show is not for the dog, okay? The dog doesn't care if it gets a certificate. If you show the dog the certificate, it will swaha, assimilate it. It doesn't care for it. It's all for the owner who feels I cannot get a certificate, so my extension, this little poodle, let it at least get a certificate, go around and get a certificate, I will feel good. That means what? The ahankara is miserable, but won't let go of its status. A little bit of attention, respect, whatever it is getting, whatever it thinks it's getting. Or even if it doesn't have respect or if it doesn't have accolades, it can still get attention. How? I am a victim. See? Nobody cares. Nobody loves me. Nobody gives me anything. This is what the sad, miserable ahankara is. And so the student here says, what does the student say? Tadrik, if it is like that only, if what you say is correct, that this is beyond the words, beyond the mind, then katham maya grahyam, how am I going to understand it, how to grasp it? If this is the question, iti chet, if this is your question, says the Guru, ma eva grihyatam, please don't grasp anything more. Because this is not known by grasping. You have to unclutch. Don't clutch anymore. Keep unclutching. This clutching has got you into trouble. Your fingers have become like talons of an eagle. Clutching, clutching, clutching all the time. Holding on to notions, holding on to some little frayed pieces of attention and respect. They are breadcrumbs. At the table that is Brahman, you're sitting and wanting breadcrumbs, when what you can do? You can have the whole feast. The whole feast is laid in front of you, but like a little doggy, you're sitting and then hoping somebody will give you a crumb. What misery this is. That too self-inflicted. Come sit at the table. No, I don't know, I'm suspicious. Because you say I'm invited to the feast. Yes, the whole feast is for you. From start to finish, from appetizer to dessert, it's all laid out. Come sit. Will I still get the crumbs? No buddhi. Buddhi has gone to graze in some pasture of the sense objects and it is refusing to come back. And so the teacher says, if this is the case, iti chet, if this is your question, please do not grasp. May no grasping be done by you. Instead, what should you do? Because he says, sarva graha upashantau. Shanti, shantau means when the cessation, Shanti here means cessation, stopping. When the cessation of all grasping takes place, Sarva graha. Graha means grasping. So, sarva graha upashantav, when all grasping has come to an end, then swayameva avishishyate. This thing that is to be known without name, without form, and which is you, which is not an object, when the grasping and the frenzied seeking and the collecting and all that, when it comes to an end, naturally what remains is you. You will understand yourself as the truth of the grasper, the truth of the one who feels incomplete, the truth of the one who always wants attention, the truth of the clingy one, the truth of the needy one, the truth of the clutching one is the non-clutching, non-needy, non-collecting, non-hoarding, non-demanding, non-subjective, meaning objective, you. That is you. Non-complaining, appreciative, non-critical, shanta, peaceful you. So therefore, this is the growth. When I let go of that demanding entity, then what obtains is the non-demanding me. The truth of me is naturally non-demanding. Ha, you said so, so I have to believe that? Shastra says so. I don't have to say so. And also, forget the Shastra. Do you like being demanding? No. If you say yes, see me after class. Okay? Do you like to be complaining all the time? No. So, therefore, that means it is in keeping with the human quest to be non-victimized, non-demanding, non-subjective, meaning objective, accommodative, compassionate, appreciative, non-complaining, appreciative person. To discover this person as me, what should I do? Drop all the opposites. Drop the complaining person. Next time you feel like complaining, go take a shower. Okay? Yeah. Simple. Take a shower. Some nice head massage, with a shower will take place, and then one will cool off. Non-critical. No, but this one is wrong and that one is wrong. Let them be wrong. Are you interested in correcting them? You are their mommy or daddy? No, keep quiet then. Yeah. Because in complaining, when we complain, you know what happens is that our wonderful energy is being drained in that area. Keep complaining all the time. Nothing happens to the object of complaint. Let's say so and so did such and such. Nothing happens to them. You are being drained. Do you want to do that? No. Do you want to be drained? No. And so, let all the grasping stop. Grasping for straws of approval, grasping for little pieces, breadcrumbs of validation, grasping for little threadbare cloth of appreciation. Stop it. Drop it. And when that is dropped, then naturally appreciative, non-demanding, non-complaining, accommodative, peaceful, limitless person as you shines. The student blinks. Okay? So, next one. Why to stop grasping is given here. Na tatra manapekshasti स्वप्रकाशस्वरूपतः तादृग्व्युत्पत्त्यपेक्षा चेत् श्रुतिं पठ गुरोर्मुखात्. Yeah. So, why can't why can't I know this truth of myself, this Brahman, this Paramatma as myself? Why can't I know it by grasping? The teacher says, na tatra, tatra means tasmin brahmani, in this Brahman, or tasmin atmani, in this Atma, in this I, that is described by the Shastras as the truth of the whole universe, as limitless, whole and free. In this, what happens? In this there is no pramana apeksha. Apeksha means dependency. This I is not dependent upon a pramana. Wait a minute, you're contradicting yourself. You said 5 pramanas and none of the means of knowledge are useful. Only the, what is that? This pramana, the 6th pramana in the form of words, Shabda pramana, has to come from the teacher, and that is what clinches the whole thing. And here the teacher is saying what? No pramana necessary. For what? Not to understand the self as whole, but to understand I exist. And I am away from everything else. I am unlike anything else. I am the only sentient thing in this whole universe. I have the power to name everything, from a lowly little microscopic entity, and that's why people name it after themselves. All the scientists who discover the bacteria under the microscope, they name it after themselves. Don't know if it's a good thing to be called a virus. So that's how to go down in history as a dangerous virus. I don't know if it's such a good idea, but anyhow. So the discoverer names it after her. It's named after the discoverer, and then what? From the lowly bacteria to the galaxy next to us. That also I have the power to name. It's called Andromeda. And it is coming closer and closer to the Milky Way. Oh no, what will happen? The bigger galaxy will do swaha to the smaller one. Oh, Milky Way is bigger, right? Wrong. The 2 black holes merge, and the wings are all wild. The wings of each of the galaxy also, they spin. First wildly out of control, and then finally they settle down, and then this is what it is. There's only one remaining. But until it comes, don't worry right now, it's not going to happen today. It will happen after several million years. And so until that comes and swallows the Milky Way, I, sitting in the Milky Way, have the power to name that galaxy. Look at that. I have the ability to name all these various kinds of suns in the universe in different states of decline. Dwarf, yellow dwarf, red dwarf, blue dwarf. I have the ability to name. I have the ability to name planets. I have the ability to do all this. So this namer, this powerful entity, I already am. Why? Not because I'm somebody important. I don't have to become important. I'm already important. I already matter, because without my cognizing something, that something cannot be means cannot exist outside of me. I am Sat. Everything is Mithya. So this is what I have to know. Even if the Shastra is not there, I can at least see that I am self-sentient. This much you don't need the Shastra to tell you you exist. Are you here? Let me see which page I am there. Which page tells me I am there? Which verse, can you please remind me? You ask your neighbor, which verse told me that I exist? You don't need to do that. So, na tatra manapeksha asti. What does the pramana do? The pramana has a dismissal. The shabda, the words of the teaching, has a dismissal role. A role of dismissing all kinds of notions that we have talked about at length. I am this much alone, I don't matter, I have to become secure, I have to become rich, I have to become important, I have to get attention, I am a victim. I am a perpetrator, I am an author, I am a karta, I am a bhokta. All these things, these notions are, to drop these notions, you need the Shastra. You don't need the Shastra to know you exist because you are not an object of grasping. The teacher says, you don't need to grasp. Because without grasping you are already there and that's all you need to know. You don't need to grasp anything at all. Na tatra manapeksha asti. Why? Swata siddhatvat, swata siddha rupatah. Because your rupa, your swarupa, your nature is swata siddha, self-established. It's not established by the pages of whatever we have studied. No. You are already a self-shining, self-evident, self-luminous, self-sentient being. Everything else borrows the light of sentience from you in order to shine. You are the original sentience because you are not dependent on anything else to be. And then the teacher says, it looks like the teacher is washing the hands of the student, but that's not quite it is. So, if you still continue, tadrik means in the previous manner. What was the previous manner? Grasping, graha. So, I want to grasp the self. Tadrik vyutpatti apeksha chet. Vyutpatti means you want to, this kind of a derivation of the Atma is desired. As what? As an object. If you still cannot let go of the object notion that I am an object and I have to be understood as an object, I have to grasp at something. If you cannot let go, then what? Shrutim patha. Please study the Shruti Guror Mukhat, directly from a teacher. So what were you doing all this time? Were you not teaching? Yes, but it hasn't worked. It doesn't appear to have worked. So perhaps, that means what? It's not that the teacher is washing the hands. The teacher is saying you need to study more. Shastram patha guror mukhat. From the words of the teacher, who is handling the pramana called Shabda Pramana, who is handling the means of knowledge which deploys itself in the form of words of the Shruti that dismiss the notion I'm small and I'm an idiot and all these things. So, because of that, you please study the Shastra because you haven't understood this. Therefore what? You need to study more because there are inhibitory problems. There are problems. There are now two options. I can sit and cry about the problems. Why me? Why I have these problems? Or I can study. Everybody has some blocks, resistance, fears. And it takes some time for all of them to melt away. Frozen needs are there, fear is there, demanding something or the other is there, a sense of entitlement is there. I want this, I have to have this, I deserve this. All these, as long as they exist, the knowledge will not come. So that's why the question even at the end will come, I don't understand this, what are we talking about? How to grasp this? You don't grasp it, you let it catch you. You don't catch it. It cannot be caught, it has to be taught. So therefore, study properly under a teacher, meaning do more Shravanam. Because this kabhi kabhi, once in a while Vedanta doesn't work. You have to be at it. You have to be at it So that you can understand that oneness as you have to be at it. Because look at how many lifetimes you have gathered all these blocks. How many lifetimes has it taken to gather the resistance? How many lifetimes has it taken to become a very good goalkeeper? Shoo, 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 get away, get away, get away. So those orientations and those kinds of habits will not go immediately. It's like a sharp stone in the middle of, near the shore. Sharp stone is there. And the water crashes on it and crashes on it and crashes on it. You come back in 10 years, 15 years, all the angularities have been smoothed out. It is kind of resembling a Shivalinga. Doesn't happen overnight. The stone is hard, like one's personality. The water is soft, like the Shruti. Shruti is very soft. But the stone is no match against her power, because her power is the power of Ishvara. That is what it is. So, the water crashing against the stone, even a stone can lose its angularity, its sharp edges, and become a Shivalinga worthy of worship. What to talk of you, the sentient being? So I have to expose myself to the Shruti and let it operate upon me. And then, of course, on the side there is the lifestyle of stopping complaining, stopping feeling victimized. All these things one has to do to help oneself get ahead in this knowledge. That is what one has to do. Shastram patha guror mukhat. Then the last one. Yadi sarvagrahatyagaha ashakyastarhi dhriyam vraja ashakyastarhi dhriyam vraja sharanam tadadhinontaha bahirvaishonubhuyatam bahirvaishonubhuyatam. Yeah. Yadi. Yadi means if. Sarvagraha tyagaha. Tyagaha means letting go. If letting go of all kinds of grasping, or letting go, both things we can take, if letting go of grasping of the finite in order to become infinite, and if letting go of the grasping to what? To become to become somebody or the other, and to let go of grasping of Brahman as an object is beyond your capacity. You cannot do it. Okay? Ashakyaha asti. Ashakyaha asti means what? You are not able to do that. Tarhi, then dhiyam vraja. Dhiyam vraja sharanam. Dhiyam vraja sharanam. We have Sharanam is a lovely word. Refuge. Take refuge. And in the Buddhism they have this Sharanagati declaration. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. Here, Buddhim Sharanam Gacchami. Not Buddha, but Buddhi. Take recourse to your own cognitive process. Hopefully you are a thinking being. You can reason, you can use a little bit of logic, help yourself. Why? Because you are refusing to learn from a guru. You say that does not help me. You are refusing to expose yourself to the means of knowledge. You are refusing to let go of grasping to make yourself infinite through grasping at straws. You cannot let go of grasping Brahman as an object. Then what? Take refuge in your own cognitive process. You are a reasonable human being. You can reason. So, reason a little bit here. Sharta dhyam Sharanam vraja. Swadhiyam, your own dhiya, your own buddhi, sharanam vraja. Tad adhinaha. Tad adhinaha means with the support of this cognitive process that you have learned from this chapter and a little bit of Vedanta that you might have exposed to. So, what have you learned? With its support, understand that whatever you experience, antarva, bahirva, vai, antarvai, bahirvai, whether you are experiencing something internal or whether you are experiencing something external, then it is you are not the experience, you are not the experiencer. What are you? Sakshi. In fact, you are the content of the Sakshi, the truth of the Sakshi. At least you help yourself with that. Because every time any kind of a situation is there, then the teacher, the teacher is asked for some practical tips. So here in the last two verses we have practical tips based on the person's preparation or the lack thereof. So first what? Stop grasping. Stop grasping, stop clutching. And stop clutching at everything including Brahman as an object. And then what was the second practical tip given? The second practical tip was to see the fact that your self-existence and your ability to just be without anything, any other props in the universe, that is in fact your nature. It's not depending on anything including pramana. You don't need a pramana to what? To make yourself evident. You are already self-evident. No, please know that you are unlike any other thing in the universe. Practical tip number 2. And if you are what? If you are still wanting to derive Brahman through some logical process, or if you are wanting to grasp at Brahman, you cannot unclutch, you cannot let go, then what? Please study this properly through submitting to a teacher. Take this knowledge seriously. There are many reasons why people go to a teacher. 1/10 of the reason is for the teaching. 9/10 is for other purposes. So, go to the teacher, ask for this knowledge with preparation, with humility, and study this. If you are really serious about this, study this. But then, if the student says, don't want to go to the teacher, don't want to study, can't let go, what to do? Take recourse in your own cognitive process. Identify as the witness whenever you want to identify as the victim or the doer. Identify instead as the witness, and know that the witness, the content of the witness is supporting both aham vritti and idam vritti. So know that, and then so slowly you will get ready for this knowledge, and then you can go to the teacher, then you can study all this. Whenever we come to the end, we have to chant the first verse to show that the knowledge is always in a cycle. Paramatma dvayananda Purnah purvam svamayaya Swayameva jagad bhutva Pravishajjiva rupatah. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Now we'll move to the next part of the program. 2 more things about this program are left. So this concludes the formal teaching. And now Sharada will invite some people to share their insights or whatever they received whatever was received as a result of this camp. It's always nice to hear from people. So is there a mic? Yeah, there is a mic. Okay, wonderful.
Good morning. So today we have the moon in Capricorn in the beautiful nakshatra, the lunar constellation of Shravana. Shravana means ear, listening, hearing. And it's a beautiful day to be hearing about the teachings, what we've learned, etc., and celebrating what we're going to take home. And there's an old saying that 25% of your learning is due to the teacher. 25% of the learning is due to your own intellect and applying your own thoughts to understanding the material. 25% is time, how your experience unfolds over time, and 25% is from your fellow students. And so that's where we come in now. We want to hear from you. Share with us just one thing. Maybe it was a phrase. Maybe it was something from the Shastra. Maybe it was something from a Q&A session. Maybe it was something that you heard in Swaminiji's remarks after the ceremony for Jupiter transiting a sign about unfolding karma, like a gift-wrapped present to yourself from your own past. Maybe it was something that the Bhagavad Gita that spoke to you. Maybe it's a note you made for yourself that you're going to try when you're at home. So whatever it is, please do come up and share just 2 to 3 minutes at most. Could be even less than that. Just something that you're going to remember and take home. And so I'll start out by sharing for me. What I plan to do is when I have that feeling of I am sorrowful, I am anxious, I am being self-critical, etc., I'm afraid, that I'm going to remember the story about the dancer in the outdoor amphitheater and how that voice is my buddhi that is, thinking itself to be incomplete, trying so hard to please an audience or to get the validation from the king who's sitting the king who thinks that they made everything happen. And I'm going to remember that that's not me, that Ishwara is me, that the pure consciousness is what is enlivening me, and those thoughts, those vrittis, are not who I am. So I'm going to take that home with me. So now I invite you to please come up, and you can line up here, and you don't have to, but we'd love to hear from you about just one thing that you're going to remember, one thing that struck you. So please do come up. I invite you. Laura. Don't be shy. Just the constant reminders here of the goodness of it. Thank you. All right, who's next? Anyone from here? Narayan, please?
I'm sure the key message that I would say that all that we have had a wonderful journey, and I couldn't treasure this as long as this body is there. But I'm very grateful. That's what I'm going to say. It is just such a beautiful journey. never thought it's going to be this way. It's all of it.
Please share your name too. Let me all get to know you. Namaskara, I'm Jyoti Rao. It's very hard for me to share one thing. Each one was so beautiful, and the last one seems to be the best. Stop grasping. Remember, you're the witness. And one question, Swamiji, with Brahman as object, does that mean like the Dvaita worship or?
No, even if you say take nirguna, it's not need not be an object of worship, but it's something that I have to catch hold of in order to know as an object. Yeah.
Thank you, Swamiji. The best thing I enjoyed and loved when she cites all other Shastras, Vakyas like Bhagavad Gita, Kathopanishad, Mandupanishad, Shvetasura, Chudamani, Vivek Chudamani, all that stuff. And because recently I exposed to myself to this material, so when she speaks or she points it out, I just go bubbly in my chair, and I sometimes chant along with it. So it's just so amazing how it points out to all other Shastras and making us understand what this teaching is about. And it's just awesome. I'm kind of not comfortable. It's ending now, but I guess all good things is ending. So fantastic. Hari Om. It is ending in a good note. So, my name is Smita, and I'm from New Jersey. Dhanyawad. Actually, I still think I'm in Atlanta because that's where Swamini, my journey with her started. So, what is the highlight? Highlight is just being here in the presence of Swamini. And over the years, I've been struggling with how she ended about, hey, just surrender. If you can't grasp the sastras, just surrender. And during the class, she said something that the Shravanam, Swamini said that things just open up for you. You don't have to be, things just start happening. You think, how did it happen? It's like magic, just somebody's leading you on. Who is it? It is Swaminiji's divine teachings, the Guru's grace. You find life becomes so magical, so beautiful, and all those other things, that keeps coming and bothering you, you kind of do end up saying, you have to live with it, let it go, hold on to it, or just let it go. And this class was just so amazing, and how it really ended up was just saying, if you don't understand anything, it's fine, just let it go. Thank you so very much, Swaminiji. Om Namah Shivaya. And thank you. It was just great being here. And we can take being here with us and meet again very soon. Thank you.
Misha, I think I'm taking away so much gratitude. So much gratitude. I feel like a baby child that's been learning to walk. I feel like I've had this family here of people who've been holding my hand and Swamini. And I can feel the slowly letting go. And I'm just so grateful for all of you, for Swamini, and for these teachings. What a gift. What a gift.
She was planning to stay only for 1 or 2 days.
Would anyone from this side like to come up?
I'm Aruna. I'm not sure how much sense this is going to make because I'm still kind of unworking the thought. So you're getting kind of all my unformed thoughts. But I had kind of gone to Swamini around a personal question around my own work and what I was doing. And I had said that I think I'm facing some level of stuff in my own ego. And I feel like in many areas of my life, I've worked through it. And in this particular area, I feel like I have entitlement. And I need to let go of that. And she said, I said, the entitlement is a stagnation. And she asked me this question of, how is the entitlement stagnation? I didn't have an answer. I couldn't formulate it yet. And then in yesterday's, and she also said, this is a very important thing, why don't you come to the 3-month course? And I gave kind of like a non-committal something. I'm not sure what I did, but it didn't have commitment. And then in yesterday's class, Swamini said something about Dharma already being the language of the heart. That if you have access, that if you're in Dharma, you're already with the heart. And I felt like something suddenly resonated in me. It hit and it opened up, and I was like, my stagnation and my entitlement in this particular area is my non-commitment. Kind of like yes, kind of not no, like come to the 3-week course, yeah, but no, no, but yes, yes, but no. Sitting on that wavering fence was the entitlement versus, I think, coming to my own heart and being in Dharma and saying yes fully. So Om Swamini for helping me with that.
My name is Ravi. Only thing I can tell is how Swaminiji is great, even inside and outside. And she is so caring, and we had some issues, and she took care of that. And we are always grateful for that. And she's very caring. That's all I can say. Thank you, Swamiji.
Swaminiji and everyone, the phrase that struck me was old wine in a new bottle. And I kind of recognized
Tell the spelling of wine.
Yes, wine as in WIHINE. WHINE. So it struck me that we keep thinking that we're facing new obstacles always, and Swamiji is there to help us overcome anything that we face throughout our lives. But the thing is, it's always rooted in the same place. And what it showed me was how much I need to empty that bottle so that what we received this week was something that if we fill our bottle with what the knowledge that we got this week, I think, it will help us to grow spiritually. And, especially when Swaminiji was unfolding that Ananyas Chintayantoma verse, it was so profound, and it helped you recognize that there is nothing I need to do except surrender and have faith in Swami, in Lord, and Swaminiji comes as the presence of God to us. Through us, God comes to us, and through her, God comes to us. I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous. And she is there always, just like God. Anytime you need anything, if you're in trouble, all you have to do is think about her, and she comes and solves the problem for you. And she is an amazing spiritual guide and teacher. So for that, I'm extremely grateful to Swaminiji. Thank you, Swaminiji. Hari Om. And empty that bottle.
Namah Shivaya. Two items of learning were prominent to me during this retreat. The first was the statement, instead of why me, why not me? Right? And personally, I have a lot of challenge with being a bhokta, thinking that, hey, this is happening to me. And this teaching has really clarified that the grace has been given from Swaminiji, the Guru's grace has been given. Ishvara's grace is already here because we are here at this ashram, we are learning. So the grace has been provided, the teaching has been provided. I really need to take the step forward and assimilate the fact that, if and when I consider myself the bhokta, then it should be a why not me rather than why me. The second item was during a personal meeting with Swamiji, and she said, don't ever let go of Vedanta. So I had a chance to reflect a little on that. And she had also mentioned in another class that all that it takes to be in the presence of Vedanta is a computer, and you have to click a button. Right? If you can't make it at the retreat, you can still be at your own house, in your own room, sitting in your chair. And sometimes she also mentioned with tea and muruku, you press a button and Vedanta is with you, right? So that was the second thing that really went into my heart, that I should never stop myself from being in the flow. Bhagwan has made it possible. The Guru's grace has made it possible. It's just a matter of clicking a button, and I need to do this. Hari Om.
Namaste, my name is Nagi. I am clutching to my notes, but I have 3 takeaways. This Nataka Deepa was very visual, illustrating how the dancer is being pulled by the ahamkara on one side and the sense organs on the other side. I have 3 takeaways. One is, true to the name of Panchadashi, I have to say that it really gives a knockout punch to the ahamvriti. And then whenever there is a jiva attack, the mix-up of aham and idam happens, develop an inner space. And for the third takeaway, I have to come up with an acronym to remember, because I have been getting a lot of mails from AARP, which is the American Association of Retired Professionals. So AARP is Advaya, Ananta, and Purna to reflect on. Thank you.
She sent a representative.
Yeah. I told Kirti I would go first. She's also going to come. Hari Om, everyone. My name is Parth. I think there were two takeaways from the retreat for me as well. So the first one was from the analogy of the dancer in the Natakadipa, which is to not allow your buddhi to be an indentured servant of the ahamkara, which I think is a very important teaching, especially for me. And the second takeaway for me was from the text itself, where it does a really good job of explaining how the mix-up between the aham and the idam vritti takes place. Last year when we were here as well, there was a similar verse from the text we were studying at that time, I don't remember which one it was, where it also explains that your true self, your true infinite self, has no resemblance to how you conceptualize or objectify yourself, and yet that mix-up takes place. And I remember having asked Swamini during a satsang at that time, like how that mix-up takes place, if there is no resemblance between these two things. And so what I really appreciated was that this text explains in detail how this mix-up between aham and idam takes place, even though there is no resemblance between the two. So I think those were the two takeaways for me. Hari Om.
I feel truly blessed to be in Swaminiji's presence and to study this beautiful text. There are a lot of key takeaways, but I think the main ones for me are, because recently I've been finding it very hard to develop a relationship with Ishvara. And I think when she explained that when one comes to an accepting place within oneself with what is, that what is Ishvara, and you're always going to be with Ishvara if you let go and if you just bring the glad acceptance of what is. And then I also, I think I was struggling with figuring out how space and time, like they're a construct, and thanks to Swaminiji, this text beautifully, unravels that piece as well. And another piece for me was when Swamiji explained really well that we never question our insecurities or our sense of lack, and it's just a matter of discovering that you're the whole. And the last thing for me is that everything, when it was a Q&A session where Swaminiji explained it really well, that everything is given to us, and it's so easy to miss that. It brings immense amount of gratitude and also brings you in the place of an instrument to Ishvara and to the, to universal will, instead of feeling like I don't have or I'm victimized. It's really important to keep in mind that wherever you are, everything from the air you're breathing to a healthy body to a to great teachings, everything is a blessing and it's a grace. And I hope and I pray that I take that away with me and keep that gratitude in my heart. And thank you so much for loving me up so much. I feel like even when I find it so hard to love myself or even be with myself, it's her presence and her guidance and patience and unconditional love and support that keeps me going. So I am what I am, wherever I am, because of her, and I'm extremely thankful for everything she does and the way she loves me and guides me. Thank you.
Who else would like to share?
Hari Om, Pranam Swamiji. I think there are two takeaways for me as well. The first takeaway would be reminding myself of the statement that Swaminiji made, that I am the witness of the status of the knower, the seer, and I think that helps in this habitual association with knowing or doing, and I think it's a good reminder to keep reminding myself every time I feel that, oh, this is something that I know, I did. So it's a good reminder to keep creating that space within and coming out of that habitual error of identifying with the knower and the doer. And I think the other takeaway is how it beautifully started with Swamiji explaining the metaphor of the teacher enjoying a pescatarian diet of eating all the grahas, and how it ended with also another graha of student clinging on to things versus initially when it was the samsara clinging on to the student. So it was a good circle to start and end with graha, and understanding how sometimes things cling on to us and we cling on to things, and both will be taken care by Guru's grace. Thank you so much.
Would anyone else like to share? All right, at this point, I would love to invite Chitra to come and regale us with a song.
It's my little tribute and gratitude towards Swamini ji in the form of this song, which is her favorite too. This is Puja Swami ji's Mirabai song. मोरी लागी लगन गुरु चरणन की, मोरी लागी लगन गुरु चरणन की, चरणन की गुरु चरणन की, प्रभु चरणन की गुरु चरणन की, मोरी लागी लगन गुरु चरणन की, मोरी लागी लगन गुरु चरणन की। चरण बिना मुझे कछु नहीं भावे, चरण बिना मुझे कछु नहीं भावे, झूठ माया सब स्वप्नन की, झूठ माया सब स्वप्नन की, मोरी लागी लगन गुरु चरणन की। भवसागर सब सूख गया है, भवसागर सब सूख गया है, फिक्र नहीं मुझे तरनन की, फिक्र नहीं मुझे तरनन की, मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर, मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर, उलट भई मोरे नैनन की, उलट भई मोरे नैनन की, मोरी लागी लगन गुरु चरणन की, मोरी लागी लगन गुरु चरणन की। गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय, परब्रह्म सद्गुरु जय जय, गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय, परब्रह्म सद् गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय, परब्रह्म सद्गुरु जय जय, परब्रह्म सद्गुरु। गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय, परब्रह्म सद्गुरु जय जय,
सद्गुरु जय जय परब्रह्म सद्गुरु जय जय गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय परब्रह्म सद्गुरु जय जय परब्रह्म सद्गुरु गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय परब्रह्म सद्गुरु जय जय गुरु महाराज सद्गुरु जय जय गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय परब्रह्म सद्गुरु जय जय गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय परब्रह्म सद्गुरु जय जय परब्रह्म सद्गुरु जय जय परब्रह्म सद्गुरु जय ओम।
Thank you so much. That was so beautiful. And now we have a few people to honor. And we will be starting with Swamini ji. I know, this wasn't on the program. This was not approved by Swamini ji. But just like Shuddhatma's thing, we had to do it. So we want to honor Swamini ji for her teachings. She teaches in the style of Puja Swamiji, with humor, with stories, with awareness of the particularities of modern life, the modern lingo, etc. And this style, the humor, the stories, and so forth, it's not just to entertain us, it brings us closer to the teachings. And it's part of why we love so much to listen to her. And we'd like to offer a shawl to her and a garland. So Kartik and Vani, if you could please do the honors. Thank you. And we'd also like to honor the other Swamis who are here on site on the ashram, Swami Muktatmananda and Swami Gyanananda. Their august presence, their compassion, and their dedication really helped to bring to life Puja Swamiji's vision for Arshavidya Gurukulam. Kartik, don't go far. Vani? Now it's your turn. So I'd like to ask Ravi and Vasu to come up and to honor Kartik and Vani. As new managers, we wish them every success in continuing Puja Swamiji's vision for this Gurukulam. Puja Swamiji envisioned this place as a sacred space where spiritual seekers can reside and learn through Vedanta courses, a place that offers educational programs for children in values and attitudes in forms of prayer and worship, and this tradition will continue. We wish you every success, and so Vasu and Ravi will do the honors. Shuddhatmaji, could you please come up? Also against his will, we are honoring him for his many years of service. And Surekaji will do the honors. Shuddhatmaji has been a living example of karma yoga, of skill in action, Oh, one more thing. Through his skill and intellect and practical wisdom, he has served Puja Swamiji's vision and touched so many lives of so many seekers and learners. So thank you. This is for Samata also. Great. All right. And Indira and Kishore, could you please come forward? And I'll ask Vijay and Narayan to honor them. Thank you. Indira's shining face is so welcoming. She beams with a kind of loving kindness and has impeccable rhythm and timing. She knows exactly which appropriate moves and actions to make, like an elegant dancer. And so thank you for making us all feel that we belong here and that this place is our home. Sahadev. What? I'm sorry. Oh, we have something for you too. Thank you. It's beautiful. And now Sahadev. Sahadev made a special effort to be here with us today. And I asked Vasu to honor him with a shawl. So on a day where the moon is in Shravana, it's perfect to talk about someone who's an expert in sound and in music. And every year that I hear him, his voice is sweeter and richer and more enlivened and beautiful. And his devotion just beams through his expression and through his music. And so we thank you for all that you've offered us. Lance, could I ask you to come forward, please? And Madhava and Mahalakshmi will honor Lance. So Lance has been an amazing Hatha yoga teacher, and feel free to give it to him. Thank you. And his precision and skill and teaching style in the Arshavidya Gurukulam Hatha yoga tradition has been so fulfilling. It helps our bodies and minds and senses be purified and strengthened through the poses and exercises. And one of my favorite things that he said during class this week was, we were doing a particularly complex motion, and he said, "This is fun." So we thank you so much for offering us this nourishment of body and mind and senses this week. Chitra, could you please come forward? And I'll invite Hemang and Tripti to honor Chitra, the beautiful singer. Thank you so much. Also a surprise to her. Trupti is supporting as well. And you've heard Chitra's singing. It is like listening to Saraswati. I think she comes from a Gandharva Loka or something. She has just such a depth of skill and beauty to her voice, and it touches our hearts. So thank you so much for offering us music during this retreat. And not here today, but Prasanna is plays a huge role in the bookstore. And so this place is a great place of learning, but that learning is extended and expanded through the bookstore, not only for people who come here and visit, but for people all over the world who are learning and benefiting from the teachings through books. And so we are grateful to Prasanna for all that she has done. I also would like to ask Gary to come forward. Gary? Is Gary with us? No. Okay. Well, it's been amazing that we've had it's like a 3-ring circus. We've had 3 different camps going on at this time, and it's been amazing that they have done such a great job executing all of the arrangements and so forth in the office. Lena is from the office as well. So Lena, please come forward. And I'll invite Isha ji, to honor Lena. So for many of us, the welcoming face at reception was Lena, who gave us our keys, put us in the right room, took care of our needs. Thank you so much, Lena. And can we get Tara Ben? Oh. Okay. Oh, great. And now I want to thank someone very special, Tara Bain. If you could come forward, please. Many of us came to the ashram thinking we were going to eat in a disciplined manner. We were going to take just a little of each dish and be, maybe lose a few pounds and be very austere in our eating. But once we tasted the food here, we ended up, I think many of us will end up taking a souvenir home in the form of a few pounds because the food was so delicious. It was sattvic, it was nourishing, it was abundant and plentiful, and we benefited so much from being nourished in this way by our beloved Taraben and the whole kitchen staff. So thank you. Thank you so much. I'd also like to just give a moment to thank the priests. The priest in the temple, Ganeshan, and also Shivaram.
Can we just thank Ram also?
Is Ram here too?
No, he's not here.
Not here. We thank Ram as well as all the kitchen staff for their wonderful support. And the priests in the temple, morning, noon, and night, Shivaram and Ganeshan, they are honoring and celebrating the enlivened presence of Dakshinamurti here on this sacred site. So we thank them for all that they have done in leading us in worship and chanting.
And at this moment, we would like to thank Sharda.
Oh, God. Oh, thank you so much. And I thank Sureka for everything she does behind the scenes. She doesn't want any accolades, but she deserves it. And finally, I want to thank all of you, because this retreat was for you and me and all the people who are listening online. And as Swamini ji said, when you hear that call, that little sliver of inkling, of inclination to study Vedanta, heed that call, because it doesn't always come often in this world. And you did heed that call. You're here, and you listened. And heed that call again and again, and please return many times, over and over. Thank you so much. So now we'll hear from Kartik.
Hari Om Swamini ji, namaste. Good morning to everyone. So when we were invited to be here, we didn't expect kind of a felicitation by Swamini organized by Sureka ji and others. And we are really very humbled and honored by this gesture by all of you. Thank you very much for all of you on behalf of all our colleagues here in Asha Vidya. And that kind of made us more formal, but we still thank all of you again. And As a matter of fact, we want to thank you for being here and for Swamini to be here and having this 10-day course on the Nataka Deepika, and you all having good spiritual time here in Arsha Vidya Gurukulam. And thank you very much for all of you. And please visit Arsha Vidya Gurukulam again for all your classes. And anytime you wish to come and stay and have some, recoup your energy from a spiritual standpoint. So we again thank, which already been done, I don't want to repeat, but from our perspective, we also want to thank all our staffs, which starts from front office and kitchen staff and the facility team, which kind of tirelessly work to keep, take care of you all the time in terms of any requirement from room or housekeeping or, whatnot. Every aspect of it is being taken care by our team all the time in a very selfless manner. So we would like to thank all of them also for that action they do all the time. Karma Yoga. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Swamini. I don't want to think. Yeah.
And now, as if we haven't received enough, it's time to receive prasad. So if you'll please line up on this side and pass by, Swaminiji has a few things for you. And we also have dakshina cards here, if you'd like, to leave an offering.
Excuse me, one more, sorry. Excuse me, one more important announcement. I think for people who are in a hurry to leave, food is ready. So you can please have and leave. So that's the one thing I want to inform. Yeah.
While people are coming to offer Guru Dakshina and receive prasad, Chitra will chant Guru Stotram, Guru Paduka Stotram and Guru Stotram. So that will be very nice. Thank you, Chitra. Thank you again to everybody. Please come and receive prasad.
Yeah, one more thing. Please check out in office for a minute once you are leaving, so that we can have the keys collected from you, and we know, and the housekeeping knows that they have to, take care of the cleaning for the next week sessions, which will get start soon. Thank you.
श्रीपतितां समीयुः कदाचित् काश्च वाचस्पतितां हिताभ्यां नमो नमः श्रीगुरुपादुकाभ्यां नालीकनिकाशपदाहृताभ्यां नानाविमोहादिनिवारिकाभ्यां नमज्जनाभीष्टततिप्रताभ्यां नमो नमः श्रीगुरुपादुकाभ्यां नृपालिमौलिव्रजरत्नकान्तिः सरिद्विराजझषकन्यकाभ्यां नृपत्वस्ताभ्यां नतलोकपङ्क्तेः नमो नमः श्रीगुरुपादुकाभ्यां पापान्धकारार्कपरम्पराभ्यां तापत्रयाहीन्द्रखगेश्वराभ्यां जाड्याब्धिसंशोषणवाडवाभ्यां नमो नमः श्रीगुरुपादुकाभ्यां शमादिषट्कप्रदवैभवाभ्यां समाधिदानव्रतदीक्षिताभ्यां रमाधवाङ्घ्रिस्थिरभक्तिदाभ्यां नमो नमः श्रीगुरुपादुकाभ्यां स्वाचार्यपराणामखिलेष्टदाभ्यां स्वाहा सहायाक्षधुरन्धराभ्यां स्वाताच्छभावप्रदपूजनाभ्यां नमो नमः श्रीगुरुपादुकाभ्यां कामादिसर्पव्रजगारुडाभ्यां विवेकवैराग्यनिधिप्रदाभ्यां बोधप्रदाभ्यां द्रुतमोक्षदाभ्यां नमो नमः श्रीगुरुपादुकाभ्यां नमो नमः श्रीगुरुपादुकाभ्याम् अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः चिन्मयमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव.
And now we'll have a group photo for those who are able to stay. So please come forward. And yes, if someone can check and see if there's someone in the shoe room that wants to join us, and Sahadev will take the photo.
That's fine.
मुझे